the good news of Jesus Christ, isn't it? The gospel. We get that word when we're in church, don't we? Nice to be. Well, I have good news to bring. That is why I sing. All my joy with you I'm gonna share. Well, I'm gonna take a trip to that good old gospel ship and go sailing through the air. If you know the words, sing it, be on pitch. Well, I'm gonna take a trip and that good old gospel ship. I'm gonna far beyond the sky. I'm gonna shout and sing, folks. Well, I'm gonna shout and sing till all heaven rings. When I bid this old world goodbye. Scarcely wait. You know I don't want to be late. I'm going to spend all my time in prayer. And when my ship comes in, I'm going to leave this old world safe and go sailing through the air. Till all heaven rings. Well, I bid this old world goodbye. I'm going far beyond the sky. Well, I'm going to shout and sing till all heaven rings. When I bid this old world goodbye. When I bid this old world goodbye. Sing me a song about Jesus. That's what I do. I came up from Chattanooga. The day before that I was in Florida. I come from Florida now. I did live in Bedford. Sold that place 2 years ago. I've been down in Florida for 5 years actually singing, doing some picking down there when it's cold up here. So, but I'm up here until about the middle of September, doing engagements all across this area, and just love being up here. See a lot of folks I haven't seen in a while. I haven't seen Carla for a while. It's good to see you. Good to see you guys too. I haven't seen your pastor in years. He's just a stranger to me. Anyway, but it's so good to be with you. I'm going to sing me a song, a little banjo. I'll sing me a song about Jesus. Sing me a song about Jesus, the precious man who died for me. Sing me a song about heaven, where my soul never longs to be. My Savior, my Lord, my risen King, I owe it all to thee. I will lay down my feeble life just to in your presence be. Sing me a song about Jesus, the precious man who died for me. Sing me a song about heaven, where my soul never longs to be. He's been in the hospital. This one man come in this day. I am so weary, it's been a long journey. Sweet heaven can't be far away. Sing me a song about Jesus, the precious man who died for me. Sing me a song about heaven, where my soul belongs to be. The precious man who died for me. Sing me a song about heaven, where my soul never longs to be. Where my soul never longs to be. Oh, don't worry about water with me. A lot of people bring me water and never even get to it. I get so busy I forget it's there. Let's sing one together. How about that? Can you do that? This is an old one. I kind of like some of the older ones. I don't mean because I'm old. I don't know. I felt real old after last night's class reunion. The whole Shawswick clan was there, and after I left, I'm going, where'd all these old people come from? I thought, my goodness gracious, except me and Carla, were the two youngest ones there about. Sing this song if you know this song. It's an old one, it's been around for quite a while. Just a closer walk. I am weak. I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk, let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk, just a closer walk with thee. Is my plea. Daily walking close to thee, as I dear Lord, let it be. Y'all do a pretty good job. I had a bus to take it with me. But I don't. I'm driving a Kia today. Actually, I switched to my daughter and son-in-law. They drove up to Northern Ohio for graduation yesterday, so I was in Chattanooga. We swapped out vehicles to make sure they got up there all right. So they got my Highlander, and I got the old Kia. It's got 260,000 miles on it. That's what I used to drive. I got a Highlander's got over 100,000 miles on it now, so about 50, 60,000 miles I put on the car every time. I like to take songs. I like to rewrite songs. Because when I start playing in church, a lot of people look and say, he's not going to play that song in church, is he? He ain't. But if you know the words of this song, don't sing the original version. Not appropriate. But this is a song I've always wanted. I like playing. I love playing it. But I thought, well, I can't sing it in church, so I went and rewrote the words. Now, are you saved? Are you heaven bound? Well, that's what this song talks about, being saved and heaven bound. Well, I'm saved and heaven bound, all freed and washed, working till the good Lord calls me home. Just a short time I'm gone, gonna walk those streets of glory, on heaven bound, never more to roam. So keep your eyes upon that highway, don't you turn right or left, just keep it straight, cause we got a race to run. There's folks up in Atlanta, out in Texarkana, that need to hear the words spoken in the sun. Well, I'm saved and heaven bound, all prayed and watching, working till the good Lord calls me home. In just a short time I'm gone, gonna walk those streets of glory, while I'm heaven bound, never more to roam. Just a short time I'm gone, but all those streets for love heaven bound, never more to roam. I like this part. Well, the devil's got his ears on, he's hollering on your train. He ain't gonna rest till you're in jail. You gotta dodge him, you gotta duck him, you gotta keep your prayer life truck. Just put that hammer down, you gotta take the bail. Well, I'm saved and heaven bound, all prayed up and watching, working till the good Lord calls me home. In just a short time I'm gone, gonna walk those streets of Florida, while I'm heaven bound, never more to roam.
How many instruments he played? He said a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
I tell people I'm a master of none of them, but have a whole lot of fun with all of them. The problem is, yeah, I know just enough to get myself in trouble sometimes. If you play an instrument, you kind of know what I'm talking about. You think, oh, I think I got it. I think I got it now. You don't have it at all. So I do a lot of practicing now. First time I ever got a fiddle, I was in education for 30 years. My wife, I just retired. I retired about 5 years ago. My wife, she was in education. She retired. She's a teacher. She retired the year before COVID hit. And she's so thankful that she did then, because that next year was a mess. But I would practice. And I learned to play the instruments when I was on the road. I played with different groups, local groups, and they pick up a new song and they have a different instrument. So I'd buy an instrument from the local mom and pop shop and learn how to play well enough to take it on the road and play a little bit. Again, just enough to get myself in trouble. But so I practiced at home. My wife finally said, Mark, said, get rid of that fiddle. it was tearing. She couldn't handle it. So I got rid of that one, and then she was at working, and I went and bought another one. I practiced and hid it and didn't tell her I was practicing on it. so I play a little bit of fiddle as well. What am I going to do here? I don't know what I'm going to do. There's my mama, back a year ago, May 3rd, went on to be with the Lord. Myself and my brothers were around her bedside up in Greenwood, Indiana. She was staying at my brother Joe's house up there. And she had been ill for quite a while, and hospice had been coming in and trying to take care of her and so forth. And we were up there in the living room, and I thought, I'm going to sit around with my mom for a while. She was not with us, per se. And I was talking to her, kind of holding her hand. And my brothers came around. Mama had a good friend of hers, Billy, that we live in a park down in Florida, that was a good friend of hers, and she passed a few years earlier. I looked at Mom, I was sitting there next to her, I said, Mom, I said, the good Lord's waiting on you. Billy's waiting on you. Say, come on, Carolyn, we got some things to do up here. I looked up at my brother Joe standing in front of me. I looked back down at Mom, and she was gone. And I was holding her hand. 10:10 that evening. Mom's up in heaven now. One of these days I'm going to see my mom. Because I know I am, because she knows Jesus Christ, and she knew Jesus Christ as a personal Savior. And this is an old song that Jimmy Fortune sang. That second verse talks all about that little episode. Sunrise in Borden, when I feel the wind blow across my face, when I hear the sound of children playing, it's all part of God's amazing grace. And I believe there's a place called heaven. And I believe in a hill called Calvary. Whose name is Jesus, and I believe that He gave His life for me. I was there when my mama went to heaven. I held her hand, she closed her eyes to sleep, and I could feel the power of 10,000 angels take her soul away, to be crowned at Jesus' feet. And I believe there's a place called heaven. And I believe in a hill called Calvary. I believe in a man whose name is Jesus, and I believe that he gave his life for me. And I believe there's a place called heaven. And I believe in a hill called Calvary. And I believe in a man whose name is Jesus, and I believe that he gave his life for me. And I believe that he gave his life for me. And I believe there's a place called heaven. And I believe in a hill called Calvary. And I believe in a man whose name is Jesus, and I believe that he gave his life for me. I so believe that today. Oh. I was in Taylor, Mississippi about 3 or 4 years ago. I've been to this church twice. Missionary Baptist Church down in Mississippi. If you go into Oxford, you come out of Oxford where Ole Miss is at. That's where my brother lived a few years there. And you go about a few miles down Highway 7, you take a right and it gets you into Taylor, Mississippi. You go out of Taylor just about a mile, there's a Missionary Baptist Church there that Brother Daniel Johnson and the First Lady come in from Memphis to preach on Sunday morning and Sunday night. The song I'm about ready to sing, here's a song I was singing. I always use a track on it, never played it live in my life. By the time I got done singing that song, their band, the church band, was playing it note for note. There's a piano player, a B3 Hammond organ player, and a drummer, all just tearing it up. Brother Jamie said, Brother Mark said, we're going to preach here for a little while. We're going to preach. I want you to get your guitar, get your harmonica, come on up here and do that song. I thought, sure. Well, we can do that. I never played it before in my life, but I can follow that band, I think. And so they preached for a while. I said, Brother Mark, come on up. I got up there, went up to the boys of the band and said, what key are you playing it in, boys? I had no idea. I never played it. They said, you know what they told me? We don't know. They had no idea what key they were playing that song in. It was in D flat. So I got the harp I needed, and I got the placement on my guitar, so I figured I could probably follow right along. Well, we played this song, we played this song, we sang this song, we sang this song. After the service, Brother James said, Brother Mark, come back to my office with me for a little while. So I walked back to his office, and we talked, and the boy who's playing the drums comes to the door, knocks on the door, and Brother James says, come on in. And he talks to the boy a little bit, and the boy leaves, and he says, Brother Mark, you know who that boy is? I have no idea, but he plays a great set of drums. He's like 16 years old. He says, my boy. He's 16. He said, you know what he said about you, Brother Mark? I said, no. He said, he thinks you're cool. I said, that young boy thinks this old man's cool. I'm going to take that and run with it and tell everybody I can tell about it. But he said, Brother Mark said, we have a revival down here every once in a while. Would you think about coming down here sometime, maybe leading music for our revival? You understand something, folks. This church had a choir and a half. In fact, the first lady actually does regional sings in Mississippi, the central northern part of Mississippi. I said, why in the world would you want me to come down here from the north? The northern boy to come down here. You need to understand something, folks. We had church that day. We had church. When they were in the aisles, we were shouting. We were having us a great time. At the end of the service, myself, my wife Marta, and my brother Andy and his wife were only 4 white faces in the whole crowd. We had us church. I wish we all had church like that. It was unbelievable. I was totally wore out when I got done, though. I got there at 8:30, set up, 9:30 Sunday school, 10:30 church. We got out about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So don't ever complain if he goes too long. But we had us a time. And after the service, what Brother Gamer likes to do, we've done it twice. He likes, let's just walk around this church, Mark. Brother Mark, we're going to walk around, we're going to pray for this whole world. And that's what we did after each service. And so Brother Mark said, everybody go along like what you and I do, what kind of world would this be like? I said, oh, I can only imagine what kind of world it would be. But this is a song that we played, and we played. So I was wondering if he said, let's play it until we get it right, maybe. I don't know. But we played it, and we played it. And it puts joy in your heart. I'm kind of like you. If you're saved by grace, and you have the joy of the Lord in your heart, and you're not outwardly expressing that somehow, you might want to check what's going on in here. I like to have a good time in the Lord. He gave us the feelings of joy and laughter. And this is a song that talks about that. If you know the words of this song, I encourage you to just sing right along. You might recognize it already because their choir just reminded me of this whole song. Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, oh, when he washed, when Jesus washed, he washed my sins away. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. He taught me how to watch and pray, watch and pray. Rejoicing every day, and then rejoicing every day, each and every day. Here we go now. Happy day, happy day, happy day. Jesus washed, Jesus wash my sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When I get to heaven, oh, happy day. There's gonna be a happy day. Oh, happy day. When I see my Jesus, oh, happy day. It's gonna be a happy day. Oh, happy day. When I walk the streets of gold, oh, happy day. It's gonna be Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, he washed my sins away. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. Oh, time and time again. Take a break now.
Somebody tell me a date, Connie, what date you can say before you wash your sins away?
It was Mother's Day of 1970.
And?
What year you mean?
Doesn't matter, just tell us
I
what
was
it is.
15 years old.
That was 12 years ago, right? Yeah.
That's your only.
Mike, you know what date you got saved?
No, I'm too old.
You're too old.
I remember.
About 60 years ago.
I remember.
Sally?
I got saved in 1991. I was 19 years old.
Larry?
I was
You're
about
the one
16.
that baptized me now.
About 16. That was 20 years ago, right? Ulysses, what date did you get saved? You're younger. You're one of the younger ones. You should remember that.
April 2003.
What day was your happy day, Jeanette?
I don't exactly remember the day, but it was probably June of 1976.
Are you glad you experienced that happy day?
Amen.
What if, I mean, serious.
You can sit down then. Oh, yes, he's sitting down. He done sat down. He's getting down.
Yeah.
Would you trade anything for that day?
No.
You know?
No.
Like the guy said, I got a tractor for my wife. He said it was a pretty good trade. But
So horrible.
would you trade anything for that day?
No.
That was the best day of my life when I got saved.
Mine too.
And he's made every day better and better and better. I know when you get married, Ulysses is waiting a few days, him and Melody's going to get married. We told him on Wednesday night, said it won't be long to be a year anniversary already. You know, it'll go by fast. You have children, that's a happy day. You have grandchildren, it's even happier day. Honey's got great-grandchildren, happier days. But when Jesus came in your heart, that should have been the most happy day you've ever had. And Jesus came into your heart. Anybody else got a testimony for a minute? We'll take a few minutes, a couple minutes, and then we're going to sing a little while. Dale usually goes first, but he's not here. Somebody else want to go first. Don't everybody go first all at one time.
What are we supposed to say?
Nobody has a testimony, anything to say.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I want to thank the Lord, because I got saved back in 71, and I was about 19, and I know the church has grown a little, but it always be a little church to me, because that's where I started, when it was small, and there's so much love here and more here. I wouldn't trade that for anything. So I'm so glad we still have the church.
Like we said at the beginning of the year, the church triumphant. We are the church triumphant. We're not going to let the devil get us. We're not going to let COVID get us. Jesus Christ is still alive and well. Somebody else.
And we've had, I don't talk well, but we've had years of losses here lately, and a lot of people go home. He mentioned reunion. You know, these people have had another reunion.
Yep.
But, our family's lost a lot, but I think of Rachel and Pam, you know, losing their dad, their mom, and two grandmothers in about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So, we've not quite experienced that, but just a time of reunion for them in a better place.
Christians never say goodbye for the last time.
There was no goodbye. See you later.
There's a song I want played at my funeral. If I go first, for Becky, the last song I want played, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. It's not goodbye, it's see you later. There will be a grand reunion.
That's true.
There will be a grand reunion. Anybody else?
You already told my story, but
Well,
Hold on, Sally. He's Larry's.
I'm
Go ahead,
gonna
Larry.
say about 2018, I lost my mother to cancer, and then about 2 or 3 months ago, after I turned 50 years old, I lost my dad from sepsis, and my life has never been the same except for when Jesus came into
Yep.
my life. And that I got through that because of Jesus. Also, I got through it because of my parents.
That's right. Larry?
yeah, you've already spoken about mine, but you know, it's been 33 years this year. My daughter and grandson were killed by a drunk driver, and I've spent many years, you know, trying to convince others to change their lives. Spoke to I don't know hundreds of IU classes, drunk driving classes, everything else. But you know, after so many years, I mean, it wears on you and so forth. And we were going out to mow, and I told Joyce, I said, I wish there was somebody around here I could pay to mow this. You know, we wouldn't have to load up every week and go out there and so forth. the next week, why, the couple drove up and said, well, they didn't want to, what was it, offend us, but would it be okay if he would mow the grass? And he lived actually 1 house away from where the place is. And he said, I'd be happy to mow it. He said, I went to school with your daughter, so it was really a blessing.
Yeah. God answers prayer. And when we think he's not going to, he slaps us upside the head and said, watch me.
And there's still good people out there.
Yes. Anybody else?
There's a football player went outside and he got hit. He was walking and semi hit him. So I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh.
He was only 24 years old and he has 2 kids.
Wow.
And it was hard on losing my mother too. It's been 32 years. I got baptized. I was 89. So I was only 13.
Anybody else?
I'm thankful I had a Christian mom and dad that led me the right way. And then when I lost my mama, I was always close to her. I fixed her hair and I cut a curl off one day and my mom said, I didn't know you're so sentimental. And I'm glad I got that curl. And then I had an older sister, I called her Sissy. And so she was another mom and she was in hospice house. And I got to hold her hand. She's a dear friend of Connie. And the last song we sang together was Amazing Grace.
Okay.
And I always remember her. And I love this church. We've been here many, many years. And this pastor, you don't find one stays so long and puts up with everybody. So we love you, Becky, and you do a lot that maybe some of us ought to be doing, but you stand up and do it all. And it's so thankful. And I take my position serious to serve the Lord. And if I can't come, I go if I can possibly walk. I should have been here last Sunday, but I did. I was glad. So I love all of you and prayers. We would not make it without prayers. And I tell Jim, through all this COVID and everything, we have to walk and talk with Jesus every day. Keep our eyes up there, not on the country. Because the country needs a cross and people need the Lord.
Yep. You sing that
And I'm
song.
thankful for Mark and he comes to sing with us today. And I remember when they were in class together, I can't imagine. And a while ago, he wanted to know what he was playing. I said, you're going to play with me? He said, if you don't mind. I didn't ever thought I could play with a professional. So that was nice.
The only thing got hand better was my chicken in the soup. Anything else? Anybody?
Yes, if you're sick, this guy's at your door with the best chicken soup you ever tasted. And with sandwiches, we had 3 meals out of that.
Yeah, he sent me a text. He said, I'm really souped up. We had one slide for you, Jim. Was talking about, do you see the one, the yellow one would be in something, the town in Ohio. I forget how it was worded, but it was between Dayton and Marion and Dayton. Yeah, Union, Ohio, between Marion and Dayton. Anybody else?
Speak now, hold your peace.
Yeah, speak now or forever hold your peace.
My happy day was June 1959, and I was baptized in Indian Creek, and that was good.
Cool water or both? Cold water.
I'm thankful for husbands by me and always say, we've got a date for Sunday morning.
Sunday ain't Sunday unless you go to church.
Yep.
That's
Right. Right. Anybody else? I'll give you a chance. I want you to walk down there. I wish I would have said something. The preacher always talks. I don't ever get to say anything. Anybody? All right, Mark, sing for us for about 20 minutes and we'll go eat. Guys, if anybody remembered, we were going to try to do that mulch. If anybody brought a change of clothes afterwards, I got 20 bags of mulch in my car. My car.
20 bags. Wow. You talk about losing loved ones and so forth. 5 years ago, this last Palm Sunday, I was down in Florida, getting ready to leave for a church to do some music. And heard some sirens going off, and I didn't pay attention. I just went ahead and I knew I had to get over there. And so I left and came back. And when I got back, a good friend of mine came over to my place and said, Mark, I wanted to let you know that your good friend Dave had passed that morning. Let me give you some background on all this. Dave and Karina Flynn, they go to Donica Church of God. They're in Bedford. They've been down in that part for many years. And Dave was an old gospel singer, quartet singer, and she used to lead the choir at Donica Church of God, right outside Bedford. And they would know that on Sunday nights, if you're in Florida, you can be pretty far away from the house. I might get at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And they would walk around our park every morning, every night, singing praises to the Lord, and just having a great time with each other in the presence of the Lord. And everybody knew where they stood. And Karina undoubtedly would come over to my back door and knock on my door about 6 in the morning, knowing I was still in bed on that Monday morning, getting in so late. She'd knock on the door, and I'd finally answer the door. Of course, I had the bed hair going on and stuff, and I looked horrible. And I'd answer the door and say, "Time to get up, Mark. Beautiful morning, Mark. Get up, Mark." And Dave would be out on the blacktop where they'd been walking and singing and so forth. And he'd say, "Karina, leave him alone. You know he got up late last night. He needs to be sleeping." She would do that. That's the day that we lost on that Palm Sunday. Well, Karina was torn up about it. She asked me, "Mark, we're going to do a little memorial service in our community building on that Wednesday, 3 days later. Would you mind putting some people together and some music and doing something for memorial?" Because the First Baptist Church of Tavares, Florida was going to come over and the pastor was going to bring a message and so forth. I said, "I'd be happy to do that. That's the least I can do for you all." So I got a hold of some people and we put some songs together, and Monday night the Lord gave me a few words, a little melody. I had no intentions of even writing a song. Writing a song is the farthest thing from my mind, unless I do a rewrite on something. But this talks about their life, but it also talks about our life and the legacy that we leave. We will leave a legacy one way or the other. The legacy they left was one that people knew that they believed in Jesus Christ and had the joy of the Lord in their hearts. And this song is a love song from heaven. like me. I just wanted you to know that I'm already home, and I still love you so. I just wanted you to know that I'm already home, and I still love you so. Everybody remembers Billy Graham, don't you?
Amen.
That's good. This is a song about his cousin in the Carolinas. His name is Hillbilly Graham. Hillbilly does things just a little different. And that's good because we're supposed to be a peculiar people, aren't we? We're supposed to be a peculiar people, aren't we? I got one amen. Oh, there you go, exactly. We're supposed to be just a little different. Well, Hillbilly was. And this song kind of talks about his life. He was saved when he was 7. By 17, he'd been called to preach. From the hills of Carolinas, his field was wide with many souls to reach. No formal education or preaching school to help him with his call. Just a solid faith in Jesus and the Bible in his front big overalls. Didn't have no running water or TV.
Sure wish I could watch the news.
But you could hear him on the front porch picking a guitar, singing Closer Walk with Thee. He was a crack shot with a rifle and the best tractor mechanic in the land. And he could sure preach you a sermon just as good as any highbrow preacher man. We call him Hillbilly Graham, missionary to the mountain crowd. His walk was straight and narrow like the road behind the tractor where he plowed. He didn't dress up like the mothers he seen on Sunday morning worshiping. No, Hillbilly Graham knew what's in his heart means everything. Told him he should be ashamed. Talking about Jesus when it looked like we've been left out in the rain. You need to clean up your appearance. Take a little pride in who you are. Lose those fake coveralls, baseball cap, and beat an old guitar. I like this part though. Oh, Hillbilly kicks the chair back. Look those fancy church folk in the eye. Can you show me in the scriptures where it says that thou shalt wear a suit and tie? But the good book talks of judging other folk that don't look the way you do. Don't you worry when I'm talking to the Lord. I'll put a good word in for you. Missionary to the mountain crowd. His walk was straight and narrow like a road behind the tractor where he plowed. He didn't dress up like the mothers on Sunday morning worship King. Blow him Billy Graham, notes in his heart means everything. Blow him Billy Graham, notes in his heart means everything. Say we're having chicken? Let's see it. I've got the perfect chicken song. I had I was doing a little banjo work down in Bowling Green in Kentucky one time, and the engineer said banjo pickers spend most of their life just tuning. That's about right. He said, you know what 1,000 banjos at the bottom of the ocean is? I said, nope. He said, a good start. But anyway, there we go. We're going to live with it. Sounds better. Randall Ham down in French Lick area, he's got that radio station down there. He always sends me, he sent me that last song, that Hillbilly Graham. He said, Mark, I think this would be good for you to do. I said, okay, so I started doing that one. He sent me another one. Actually said, go to this site, RFD channel, and watch this guy. And it talks about chicken. It talks about Christians and chicken. The fact that chicken is a staple of a Christian denomination, period. If you have an outing, you have chicken. You get together, you have chicken. What we have today, chicken. And that's what this song talks about. It talks about the revenge of the chickens. The chickens are tired of getting fried up all the time, and the Christians taking advantage of it. So at the count of 3, I need everyone to make a chicken sound for me. 1, 2, 3. Who did that? Who did the rooster? I need you right there. I need you right. Who did that?
I did.
Okay, Larry, come on up with me. Pastor, get up here. He's going to be the rooster in this group. Count of 3, chicken sound. 1, 2, 3. I can't hear them, Pastor. You're right in my ear. Come on, I got you. I'm giving you a hard time. Come on up here. I need people to sound like chickens and look like chickens. I did this down at French Lick at church down there. A guy sat on a stool and acted like he had where's Francis? Francis. Oh, come on, Francis. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. Sally, where's Francis?
Francis right here.
Come here, Francis.
Come on, Francis, get up here. You always want to move around.
You got it, Francis. Come on.
We all should get up and move around, actually.
Everybody get up. Everybody stand up. This is just a fun little song. We're going to act like, oh, yes, yeah. You just, come on.
There's one thing I get surprised. There's no excuse why everybody's not up here, actually.
I want you to act like chickens, especially the chorus. Act like chickens, sound like chickens. Francis, you do that, can't you? I figured you could. I know we got a rooster up here. So this will. The chicken farmer went out one dark and dusty day, and by the coop he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a rotten egg hit him in the eye. It was the sight he dreaded. Ghost chickens in the sky. Yeah, I need to video this. The sky. This farmer had these chickens since he was 24, working for the colonel over 30 years or more. Daddy Bend. Ghost chickens in the sky. Their eyes were blazing red. They had no meat or feathers. These chickens all were dead. They raised that farmer up, and he died by the claw. They cooked him up real crispy and served him with coleslaw. Where's the chicken coop at? Right up here. You see it. Oh, these are like a chicken.
That was more fun, thank you. That was kind of like doing yoga already. And congratulations on getting married. Are you sure you really want to do it? It's life sitting, you know that, right? It's out for all.
Exactly.
That was fun.
I talk about legacies, so I'm going to do just a couple more songs to get out of your hair, so we have some chicken. But I had a good friend of mine. He's a cowboy preacher out in Wyoming. And he lost his daddy about a year ago. And I couldn't make it up for the funeral. We'd played music together for years and years and years and years. And got to listen to his sermon. It was the Kurtz, Indiana Church of the Nazarenes, where they're from originally. And they had the funeral there in the church, and his two brother-in-laws, one was leading the music, the other one welcoming everybody in, and Doug, my buddy, he was actually bringing the message, the eulogy that day. And he talked about his daddy, a lot of things about his daddy, that I knew his daddy very well. And we always had a good time together. And he talked about his daddy led and guided him through life. His daddy was a Christian. And so he really helped him out. He's like an old farm boss to Doug. He said, he just kind of lined me out and said, here's the things you need to be doing. You don't need to be doing this. And we need a lot of that in this life. More of that in this world. Just telling people this is the way things are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But he started talking about an old chore coat. He'd go out with his daddy in the mornings and nights and feed the animals and do the things that he needed to do on the farm. And he said that his daddy each morning would get this old chore coat and put it on and walk on out and he'd be with him. And he said that in the evening he'd do the same thing. One day he walked out and put a new chore coat on. And Doug said, Daddy, can I have that old one? He said, we sure can. It's kind of beat up, but you can have it. And Doug kind of played off of that on his message. So what did this old boy do? I took and stole his message and put some melody to it. It's simply called Old Chore Coat. I go back to years gone by, helping Daddy on the farm. Heading out the door each day, put that old coat on. all tattered, torn, and frayed. One day he wore a new one, left it hanging on a nail. I said, Daddy, can I have it? He said, sure, but it's not much. Keep out all the wind and rain, with his tears and bolts and such. As I put on that old coat, I felt so big and strong. Made me wiser just to wear it. When I slipped that old coat on, you see, Daddy, he knew Jesus, walked with him every day. He said we all have a calling to walk this trail of faith. It was just an old charcoal, all tattered, torn and worn, but I remember my dear Daddy each time I slip that old coat on. God gave to me a road map, help me down this walk of faith. Jim to me, my old farm boss, he guided me each day. I'll build on what he's given, cultivate the soul I own. Each day I try to be like him, so I slip that old coat on. You see, Daddy, he knew Jesus, walked with him every day. Said we all have a calling to walk this trail of faith. It was just an old charcoal, all tattered, torn and worn, but I remember my dear Daddy each time I slip that old coat on. It was just an old charcoal, all tattered, torn and worn, but I remember my dear Daddy each time I slip that old coat on. It's been so good to be with you. Getting close to noon. I want to do one more. Need to stand. Get ourselves going for lunch here. That's all right, Pastor. Oh, I have a total of 7 CDs. I only carry 2 on the road. Two most recent ones is Love Song from Heaven I did earlier, and then Old Chorko, the one that's the most recent song I did right there. It's got Hillbilly Graham and those kind of songs on there. So I stopped carrying all 7. They're $6 a piece or 2 for $10. But I do have jump drives that have all 75 songs I've ever done on them. They're back there, and that's only $20. I started making those because people's cars don't have CD players anymore, a lot of them. So they just put the old jump drive in there and they play all 75 songs. I will tell you, if you leave Bedford, Indiana, I had a couple tell me this, if you leave Bedford, Indiana, you can listen to every song I've done by the time you get to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. They said that's how long it lasts. So there you go. Get you about 5 hours down the road, 5 or 6 hours. So if you need something to listen to, or you get tired or listen, throw it out the window. I don't care. You're the one who bought it if you buy one. it's really hard to get tough.
$6 is cheap anymore. They're $20.
Yeah. But actually, I have my own studio, which helps out a lot. So I can deal with that. The name of my studio is MIAP Studios. It's not missing in action either. I always do a lot of CDs for a lot of people. And they'll come to me, and my wife, I said, well, we'll get right on that CD for you. My wife says, it's just you. There's nobody else here to work on. You do it yourself. You record them, you put the music, you mix it down, you send it to them, then they send the master and have copies. They said, well, you got a mouse in your pocket? So I call it Mouse in the Pocket Productions. So that's my company, my studio recording company, and I do a lot of things. I've done a lot of CDs for folks. But I just pass the savings on because I'd rather people hear the word than have to be pouring up. I don't want them to have a hungry stomach listen to my CD, let's put it that way. I want you to be able to eat and listen at the same time. But this song has some motions to it to get you some calisthenics before we start. It's called Jesus is a Rock, and He rolls my blues away. Here's the motion. Hardly remember it, don't you? Come on up here. Okay, stay right there. Here it is. Jesus, do this with me. Jesus, with me. Jesus is the rock, and He rolls my blues away. One more time. Jesus, rock, rolls, blues away. Are you ready?
Did you get that?
Yep. When you're out on the street and you're really feeling down low. When you're out in the street and you got no place to go. When you're out on the street, well, Jesus gonna save your soul. Here's the motions, everyone. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. When you get up in the morning and the sky ain't bright and blue. When you get up in the morning and the big world's after you. When you get up in the morning, well, Jesus gonna see you through. Here's the motions now. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. Jesus is a rock and He rolls my blues away. Jesus is a rock and He rolls my blues away. Play it for us, Pastor. You look in the mirror and your face causes it to crack. When you put in your day, but you feel like you've been attacked. Well, Jesus is gonna love everyone, but to last. Here we go. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. One more time, get ready, Pastor. Jesus is the rock and He rolls my blues away. We're not done yet. You ever look in the mirror in the morning? You try not to? You're a smart man. You see a lot of mirrors, don't you? But you know something? We're beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. Isn't that nice? And that you're on a mountain. When you look in the mirror and your face causes it to crack. When you put in your name, but you feel like you've been attacked. Oh, Jesus is gonna put in a hand that's alive. There we go, motions, everybody. Jesus Jesus is the rock and he rolls my blues away. Jesus is the rock and he rolls my blues away. Jesus is the rock and he rolls my blues away. One more time, you ready, Pastor? Jesus is the rock and he rolls my blues away.
Amen. Amen.
It's all yours, Pastor. Come back here.
Follow that. People say Christians can't have fun. I've had people tell me you Christians don't have any fun. This is probably only a portion of what's going to happen in heaven. I don't know. I haven't been there yet. Aren't you glad you're saved? Thank you, Lord, for saving my soul. Thank you, Lord, for making me whole. Thank you, Lord, for giving to me thy great salvation so rich and free. Don't forget to stop by and get you some music, listen to it on the way home. Once you stay for dinner, there's always plenty of food. Been here 37 years, we have never ran out of food. We've come close, but we've never ran out of food. So Father, thank you for your blessings. We honor you, we praise you, we thank you for bringing us together today. Bless as we go downstairs, as we enjoy fellowship, as we enjoy food for our bodies, as we've just enjoyed food for our souls. Thank you, thank you, thank you that we can celebrate this day in the house of the Lord. Where would we be without you? We would be lost for all eternity. Bless us, Lord. All God's people said, Amen. Don't forget to stop by the table real quick, and then we'll get downstairs because we're getting